Good morning. There's a reason why I'm shaking my head like this, and I'm smacking my lips, and I'm smiling, and I raising the roof because y'all, I just made something that literally blew my mind and has my mouth feeling like it's in a party. There's a party going on inside my mouth. I feeling like I am in a party inside my mouth too. I don't know if that's possible, but you might be able to understand what I mean. And it's because I tried something. I went and I tried something called Asun. It is an African dish. It's an authentic African dish, and it's basically goat fried rice. So if you like goat and you like your rice fried, you're going to love this dish. I tried it out and I made some substitutions, and it's amazing. And the whole dish is actually right in front of me. Let me show you. Let me rotate the plate up front and show you all. This is the finished product. And afterwards, I'll take you on the journey. But yeah, this is the plate. I did this is the goat fried rice. The Asun. I did a nice fresh salad, some seasoned butter on grilled bread, and some roasted pepper. This is the situation. I did it yesterday, and I'm only now going to sit down and do my taste test for y'all. I did a huge salad yesterday with black olives, but those disappear real fast. So I had to add some green olives there. And listen, I can't wait to dive into this and tell you all how I went about doing this. It's going to be so much fun. So the menu is Asun goat fried rice with a little fresh salad on the side, some roasted pepper choker, as well as some grilled bread with some seasoned butter slathered all over it. This is how I like to be in the kitchen. You see that? Yep. This lady is very encouraging actually. So let's take a look at our goat meat. We have some nice fresh halal goat meat we got in Chigonas yesterday, down in Chigonas. And what I like about this goat meat is that it's nice and marbled. There is just enough flesh and fat in it. So I washed the goat meat. I didn't have to do too much washing. It's nice and fresh. Hardly any smell coming out from it. Yes, you could take a whiff and you could know it's goat, and you could tell it's fresh. And that is always what you want to look for when you're getting goat. Yep. All right, how are we going to season up the goat meat? Okay, to this, of course, black pepper and salt. I'm going to add 2 onions, a big one and a small one, and about a whole head of garlic. So that's like about maybe between 12 and 14 cloves of garlic inside here. These I will chop them up, mince them up, throw them in there along with 2 Maggi cubes. Listen y'all, don't ask me to pronounce that B word. I can't pronounce that. I've had problems pronouncing that since I was young, and I'm not going to attempt it now because I think I will have a good laugh at myself if I do that. So listen. Let me see if you can leave in a comment. Leave it in the comments now. Spell it out the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Anyways, moving along, I'm going to put 1 chili pepper in there. Now, the original recipe actually calls for Scotch bonnet peppers, a lot of Scotch bonnet peppers. But remember, we have dumplings to feed. It's not overpoweringly spicy. There's just enough heat to know there's a little hot pepper in there, but nothing for them to, long time when you eat pepper, you go like this. Yeah, this will not do that to them. I feel confident about that. I'm going to add 1 pimento pepper. I chose red because it contrasts beautifully with the green chili pepper. I'm going to be adding a couple bay leaves as well. A good couple sprigs of fresh rosemary and fresh oregano. Yeah, that's what's going in there. You're seeing something blinking, right? Yeah, I have to change that bulb. That's not lightning. Don't worry. Okay. You should do the onions last. Guess why? You will cry. So, chop everything else up first, and then we'll deal with the onions. Yep. What's next? Right, yeah, now we could deal with these fellas. Okay, and then it wasn't so bad, you know. I didn't cry that much. Get the oregano prepared, just like that. I took them off the stalks because the stalks are very tough and they'll be a bit too much to fish out. Unlike the rosemary, there's just one stalk running down the center, and so you know what, we could leave the rosemary just like that. Yep. This is what we're going to let our goat meat marinate in overnight. I did use the Maggi cubes as weights to hold down the bay leaves because the breeze is so beautiful but strong coming through the house. So you see how everything looks really nice when prepped. I show you all these shots and these angles because I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel encouraged and motivated to go in the kitchen and, you know, try something with me. Seasoning time. Okay, black pepper. A good shake of black pepper. Be a little shy with the salt because you will be adding the Maggi cubes. Crumble them up inside here. Everything on the chopping board goes in there. One more thing I need to add to this. About a tablespoon of my homemade curry. Look, I had to make some more. This is potent stuff. Anytime I'm talking about curry, I always like to share this story. When I was going to school, I made the mistake one day. Mommy made roti and curry something. I put that in my book bag, and I will tell you, my copybook was smelling like curry copybook for days. Yeah. Yum. Okay, airtight container in the refrigerator. I will pull it out in the morning, let it come up to room temperature, and then start the cooking. Goat fried rice, y'all. Making a seasoned butter shouldn't be a difficult task. It should be exciting. When you think about making a seasoned butter, you should feel excited, like this is going to be a challenge, it's going to be a new adventure. You know, these little things in the kitchen help to make the cooking experience worth the while. We have shadow benny and chives here. We have some sprigs of thyme, a great amount of grated garlic. Now you can adjust the garlic to your taste butter. I just happen to love a lot of garlic, so I put a lot of garlic in there. And grated green pimento, grated red pimento, and just a little bit of ginger, like barely any ginger to talk about. I want everything to blend. I want everybody to get a chance to make the mouth happy. Right? And so I have some butter here, real butter, thawed out. It's up to room temperature, and I have 2 nice little loaves of bread. I'll show you what to do with one. I'll grill one up, and then I will show you what to do with the other one, just to put it in the fridge and have it handy. What you're seeing here in the bowl is actually the butter with the thyme leaves. So now we'll just go in there and add everything I had shown you on the chopping board. Be careful with your salt. This is one of my mottos. But you want enough to make your palate feel happy. Because while there is a certain percentage of salt in the butter, you still need a little extra to carry through all the flavors on the toasted bread. Okay?
It looks like a mountain with houses.
Yes, it looks like a mountain with houses. You're quite correct, my darling Suri. And we just take our time and mix everything together.
A star and come to the houses.
Mix. I have two pretty little hands with nail polish on their fingernails. Willing to help me. You mix for your mommy. Mix, mix, mix.
And to get all of the shadow bunny in there.
That's correct. You have the concept, darling. And I guess you could tell the reason why I added red pimentos too.
So it can look nice.
Correct! It's going to make everything pop visually. Girl, I feel you're going to be a boss in the kitchen, you know. So here's your seasoned butter. Beautifully seasoned butter. It's actually quite delicious. You can actually grill up some potatoes and put the butter, slather this all over the potatoes. You can actually do some pasta. And while the pasta is hot, you just put a dollop of the seasoned butter on the pasta and mix it all together and have that as a meal. Just saute some vegetables without any salt or flavorings, and as soon as they come off the stove and you turn off the fire, you just put some of this butter inside there and mix everything together. Use your imagination. Yeah. This borrowed and bought bread. Say that 5 times fast. Take a good helping of that seasoned butter and just spread it. You see how nice the spoon is spreading this butter? Yeah. Now, don't spread your butter thick like a slice of cheese. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that use your judgment. Use your judgment. You want butter on your bread? This is going to be it. Put it on the next side too, you know. Don't be afraid. Okay? Look at that. You see, this is why you need the red. This is why you need the red pimento, because listen, man. Look how pretty that looking. Both sides of the bread have been slathered with this delicious seasoned butter. And all you have to do is, I'll show you how to package it and put it in the fridge. Okay? But all you have to do when you pull it out is put it on the tower on low heat, cover it with a basin, and let that butter melt. While the butter is melting, what's going to happen is that it's going to slightly cook the aromatics, thereby releasing a lot of the flavors. We have our bread here waiting. And what I did is that I took a piece of foil, lined it with some paper towels, putting it in the center. You know, waiting foil. And this is a good way of packaging it if it is you want to carry it for somebody too. Yeah. Just like that. Use your imagination. You don't want to do it exactly like this, you know. But this is just how I like to do it. Maybe you could tell me in the comments how you like to package your rolls, I suppose. And watch me. This here now looking like a Subway sandwich. Ta-da! And if you have a piece of scotch tape, just stick it down like that. And then you give it to somebody and say, hi, here's a present for you. And yeah, I would like a gift like this. If you bring a gift like this to me in my home, I'd be very, very happy. It's time to start making this goat fried rice. This Asun took the goat meat out of the fridge, let it come up to room temperature. And we have this member of the family has some water simmering away. And what we're going to do is add the goat meat directly to the water and let it pre-cook. Don't just take the whole container of goat meat and dump it into the butter because it's going to splash. So be careful. We'll just add the rest to the pot and we'll let that simmer. We'll just let this come up to a simmer and let the goat meat cook until it's relatively tender. We are not going to discard this broth. We are going to reserve the goat broth in order to cook the rice. After the meat is cooked, we fish out the pieces and we will give them a little smoky twist on the cast iron grill pan on top of the coal pot. Let's see what's going on with the goat. It's actually pretty tender. All the pieces are cooked thoroughly. It's not stiff and chewy and rubbery. So what I'll do is just drain them out in a strainer, as we say, or a colander. I know the steam is kind of taken away from the visual, but you can see the richness even through the steam in that broth. That's gonna make you real strong, man. Some goat broth. Yeah. So these are the ingredients that are going to go into the goat fried rice. The Asun. Using pimento peppers, as I mentioned before, because that was good. The original recipe called for a lot of spiciness. So I always like to make substitutions so that the ducklings could enjoy the meal too. But when you're making substitutions, you could also make them look pretty, right? So we have our spring onions, put in a little extra garlic, red pimentos, red onions, and a variety of spices here. 2 Maggi cubes, some cloves. The original recipe didn't call for any cloves or star anise, but I think that these 2 spices really help to lift the flavor of the goat meat a lot. And we have, this is my homemade curry blend, lots and lots of thyme. And I'm putting a little extra yellow curry blend inside it just to give it a little extra color. Yeah. Meanwhile, on this side, we have the goat. This is going to go on the cast iron grill pan that I'm going to prepare shortly. This is a big pot of beautiful goat broth. Listen, if you discard this water, you need some reprimanding, because this is liquid gold. This is what is going to make this lady on the pack of rice smile even more. So you see, I'll just keep doing this until the water runs clearly. And I have something exciting to show you. The coal pot is firing up and getting ready to give a little, to add that smokiness to the goat pieces, the goat meat. Challenging right now because of the fact that it's a clay pot. It's very high. But yeah, just take your time and add your rice in whatever pot you have that you're using. Good mix, but we really want the basmati rice to absorb all of this goat broth. All the flavors are in there. Yum. Don't knock your pot. Don't knock your clay pot, please. Thank you. Now onto this is my coal pot. I have all fired up, ready and waiting. And what I did is that I put a couple pieces of coconut shells inside there, because believe it or not, the coconut shells actually give a wonderful flavor, a nice smoky flavor. So I want some of that to permeate into the goat. There's a lot of heat here. I may have to remove some of the things, but eventually what's going to happen is that it'll break down. I just want enough heat for my grill pan. See my scooped up grill pan ready and waiting. Make some room. The coconut shells to kind of fit snug inside there. Okay, that's perfect. And then very carefully, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Very carefully rest down. Yeah. Woo! You see all that smoke that's coming out from the vents, whatever vent is present there. That is what I want. That is what I want. It'll take a little while. No boy, this thing's gonna get hot already. As we say in Trinidad, ting walking, ting walking. No sticking, no sticking. It's a nice sunny day. We had a lot of rain yesterday. There was a lot of rain. Lots and lots of dark clouds in the skies all over Trinidad. And unfortunately, lots of people got affected by floods. I felt so sorry seeing people's cars being stuck in the flood and homes being affected, things being destroyed, washed away. I don't know if the weather is going to change, eh? It just might. This is what happens in Quora. Grill pan nice and hot. Just put a little oil. Oops, that's a little more than a little boy. But just kind of work it all around your grill pan. Come on, jump the grooves from there. Right. Now, if I had the goat meat in bigger pieces, obviously I'd grill the pieces, the bigger pieces, and then cut them up. But this is how I got the goat meat, and this is how we'll work with it. So what we're doing here is we're adding more flavor. We're charring, we're caramelizing, we're infusing. That's what's happening. It's okay to do dishes like this sometimes, you know. Just set aside a day, set aside some time. Take your time, walk through the steps, make your substitutions when necessary, and just enjoy the process. Get your things ready, nice and laid out, and have fun. So let me show you something that's real nice that's happening here. The rice is perfect right now. I didn't even have to do anything special, right? I just left it to cook, and this is perfect. I'll turn off the heat and set it aside. Lovely. So I think this is perfect to come off. You can see that there is a nice caramelization going on, and that smoke that you're seeing swirling all around, that's a really flavorful smoke right now. So it is going to go through all the pieces of the meat, you know, just lightly kissing the pieces of goat meat. Yeah, you could be romantic with food too. I think food is in and of itself a sort of love language. So we'll take it off the grill and just finish up here, and then we'll put everything together. We're on the home stretch, guys. This is the part where I start getting a little too excited. So we're gonna run this through the mini chopper and get it into a nice chunky paste. And we'll saute these up and put everything together. I'm gonna give you a look. I'm scooping out everything into the plate. Put your plate aside. All of this is going to go into that goat fried rice, that Asun. And it's okay to pronounce things, strange words. It's okay. We'll scoop that out too. I will scrape that out. We're not wasting seasonings in this house. I like using mommy's talcary pot. And when I'm doing new dishes, I like her to be a part of it. To the pot, we'll add about 2 tablespoons of oil. Hot and oil are nice and hot. Wow! I never sauteed this combination of aromatics before, and I am loving it. Turn down the heat, and we will let this cook down for a good while, like about 10 minutes. It's been a while, and I think it's time to add the goat meat. Yep, see how nice and pasty it's looking? This is what we want. Go in there with your goat pieces. I might need a bigger curry pot, y'all. Listen. Keep turning. Can you imagine if we had used the Scotch bonnet peppers and the chili peppers in this dish? I will try it with the Scotch bonnet peppers and the chili peppers one day. Trust me. This is too interesting of a dish to not try it with the original ingredients. But since it's the first time, I want my dumplings to be part of it. Yum. Now, onto the pretty plate. The pretty plate, y'all, pretty plate. You know I like to go full fancy, yeah? So, we're going in with a little more of Ellis's curry blend. Yellow curry going inside there. Lots of dry thyme. Some cloves, star anise. 2 Maggi cubes. Crumble them up there. And just let these things come together real nice and quick. You want the curry to cook. You want some of the flavor of the clove and the star anise inside there to come out. That's why I didn't actually boil it with the rice, you know. I didn't want it too overpowering. I tried something different when I was doing this. I put all the spices in with the goat meat because I wanted those extra flavors to also go into the goat meat. The original recipe called for the curry and the other spices to go in with the pimentos, with the peppers and onions and garlic while they were being sauteed. So I just tweaked this a little bit. Oh yeah, you can knock this pot. Add some chopped bell peppers in there. Add a little more rosemary if you wish. I love the flavor of the rosemary in this dish. A little at a time. We're gonna add the rice gradually. And I'll try to fluff the rice while I'm taking it out of the clay pot. So many pots. Coal pot, clay pot, talcary pot, mommy pot. But listen, man. Mommy talcary pot holding a lot. This always surprises me. Why do I always act surprised? You see all the colors of the pimento, bell peppers coming through, powering through. The rice has a nice yellow color to it. What we'll do next is garnish with some green bell peppers. Some green bell peppers and some scallions. Garnish everything, yes. And personally, for me, I would have liked to see some more red coming through. I mean, there is red. You can tell there's some red coming through there. The red would have come from the Scotch bonnet peppers and the red chili peppers. But remember, we did a substitution. Now, the power of substitution is that you can own it. Be confident with it. So what I will do is just come in here with a little bit, a few bell peppers. I will just garnish the top with the bell peppers. Listen, what's wrong with that? Nothing. And the beauty about it is that adding the bird peppers to the top would enhance the dish visually. And when you take your portion in your plate, take a couple of the bird peppers and bust them, as we say in Trinidad, bust them in your plate and eat them. Enjoy. You'll get that spiciness. Yeah, but I have one more surprise to go with this dish. Apart from the salad, we're going to tackle the salad. That's very easy. It's just a wash and chop. But I want to show you something real special. I've done it before. This is the surprise. I'm going to do a little roast pepper at the side, and what I'm using is some chili peppers, some scotch bonnet peppers, pimento peppers, and a head of garlic. And what we'll do is just roast them up, pound them up with some salt, lime juice, and shadow benny. Yeah, so you know, wouldn't really be missing the pepper. Situation. Good. I think this level of roasting is good enough for me. There's a nice char. I'll turn it off and let everything sort of cool down. Listen, I'm not peeling off any skin from these pimento peppers or chili peppers or scotch bonnet peppers. You know, all those peppers gonna get pounded just like that. We're eating everything. We will, however, remove the skin from the garlic. And I didn't roast the garlic too much because I still want some of that raw youch. Be careful with things on the stove, y'all. They just be hot. Yeah, so I did the garlic this way. This is a perfect balance for me. I wanted to taste roasted garlic as well as raw garlic. And this is how it has always worked for me. Okay, we'll give these fellows 5 minutes and start the operation. I changed my mind at the last minute. If you have time and you want to pound everything in a mortar and pestle or with a bottle, or you have some sort of pounding device, you go right ahead. But I'm doing a little shortcut. I just put everything inside the mini chopper and I'll give it a nice pulse. I'm not going to turn it into a fine paste. I still want it chunky, and I'll show you what we do afterwards. Be careful when you crack the lid open because it's gonna hit you. Okay, just pull everything out inside here. I'll cut up a lot of shadow benny. You could put the shadow benny in the food processor, but I just want to do it this way because I want some texture. Just looking for some texture. Just to this, I'll add just like a tablespoon of oil, salt to taste. You want to season it with a little more salt than you would if you were doing a takari dish. I find red was lacking in my house today, boy. But yeah, if you have red peppers, chili peppers, scotch bonnet peppers, yellow even, you know, just go inside there and make it look colorful. This is your roasted pepper. Boy, drizzle that all over your Asun, all over your good fried rice. And there's always room for a nice fresh salad with a little fanciness. Yeah, so we have lots of lettuce, normal lettuce, not iceberg or romaine, but of course that's your choice. Lots of red onions inside here. We have olives, walnuts, and cranberries. Very healthy, very nice, very fresh. It's going to be a lovely palate cleanser. This could even be like a kind of dessert situation if you think about it, you know, because of the sweetness of the cranberries. But let's not push it, okay? This is your salad. Enjoy it with your meal. It's taken it is taking every ounce of restraint in me to keep from diving into this plate of food. Let me tell you all, oh gosh. But I so want to tell you all what Asun is, and you know, of course, try to encourage you to go and try it yourself. And listen, I'm just reading from Google, no big fancy explanation. Wikipedia: Asun is a spiced Yoruba barbecue meat delicacy from Western Nigeria. It is a popular food eaten in restaurants, parties, and even as a street food. It is made from grilling or broiling goat meat, and of course, other kinds of meat can be used as well. And ingredients include black pepper, rodo, shambo, I didn't have any of those, cloves, vegetable oil, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, garlic, ginger, smoked paprika, and lots more. It is eaten alone and with a soft drink. It is a very spicy smoked goat meat or peppered goat meat that is traditionally prepared over open fire, a grill, then sauteed in hot pepper and lots of spices. Lots and lots of spices. Two things I like there, hot pepper and lots of spices. But what happened is that if it is I had to make it the traditional Nigerian way, it would have been too spicy for the duckling. I think I'll attempt it with the full-fledged Scotch bonnet pepper situation in the future, but I did make some substitutions because I want everybody to be able to go and try it. I want everybody to have fun. I want the kids to be part of it too. Interesting, eh? Kids will eat like chow and red mango with pepper. Put a little bit of pepper in your food now and you'll see what happens. By drinking water and juice with the meal. A lot of people could come in and try to put a negative spin on it and say, you know, Ellis, that's just goat meat and rice. Basically, is a spin on curry goat and rice, and they'd be correct, you know. But the process and the procedure is entirely different. And that is what is key for me. I want to try it differently. I want to be able to go through the different steps and try it as closely as possible to the way that they would have, that these people would do it. Have a piece of cloth or a napkin close by because you're going to be dribbling, you're going to be drooling. Flip. All right, so you all see what went on there? Good. Look at my plate. Look at my plate. I'm going to be eating this with a spoon. A spoon. First of all, what do we do here? Let me see, boy. Put the bread one side. And let's pull in a little bit. Let's taste the rice first. Let's taste a little bit of the rice first. That's some good rice. You ever eat something that was so delicious you could cry? That's what's going on here. Tears of joy. Come, darlings. Are you good?
Yeah. We're going in the gallery.
Are you going to
Yeah.
Are you ready for some good fried rice?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take out some just now for you. I didn't know you were so hungry yet.
No, you're so hungry.
Okay. So, they're going to draw. Oh. The rice still has a bite to it. It's not soft and sappy. It's nice and grainy actually, which is something that a lot of people appreciate, the graininess of the rice. Careful, darling, you want help? Okay. And this is your plate of food, so you can lick your fingers, right? Mm-hmm. Good. It's so soft and tender. A little bit again, you would not even have to chew. The goat meat would have just melt away and dissolve in your mouth. But it's tender. There's the smokiness from the coals and the coconut fiber. And there's just that nice classic grilled taste that you get from doing something over an open fire. I would not advise you to skip that step. You could do it on the stove, of course, but if you could do it on the outside, I'd say go for it. So that's some really good goat. That is the goat of goats, the greatest of all time goat meat. Remember the seasoned butter. I did it on a piece of I did it on a piece of hops because I roll up the 2 rolls and I have them in the fridge there. Ginger, garlic, pimento. Someone taught me to eat each thing on the plate separately at first and then go in and mix and match and do whatever combination you feel to do afterwards, but taste everything individually first. I'll put lime juice in that roast. Wow, yeah boy, I'm boasting about my roast and I'm putting it on some toast. Yeah, I'll stay like that. I really still. That's okay. Roast on toast. Yeah. Yeah. And guess what sound a goat makes? Bah! I love all you. Thanks for being there with me, making my Asun, my goat fried rice. Be happy. Be safe. I appreciate all you tremendously. Goat. If you have boneless goat, it makes it even better. If you're leaving the bone in the goat, you're gonna have to eat it kind of like a chicken pilau and pull out the bone as you get them. That's okay. You could use the lettuce, sort of like a kind of roti situation, like that. Dip it in your roast pepper. It's okay to sani your goat fried rice. In fact, I'd even recommend it this way.